Howdy.
Today we'll be doing a little bit of a walkthrough. It's not going to be too in-depth into Tuner Pro. We've had a few people ask us a lot about it and how to do this, how to do that. So we figured we'll make a little video. We've been promising for a while now to a few different subscribers. That's the word, subscribers. And we're just going to show what we use to achieve what we're achieving at the moment with Silver Sam and Jake's car.
Yeah, obviously we're not professional tuners, so...
And we don't claim to be, not for 1 second.
Use this information at your own risk, please.
Yeah. It's gotten us by. Silver Sam's running 22 pound plus. Between 22 and 24, Jake's running between boost and
yeah, I don't know.
The needle, which maxes out on the boost gauge.
It's up there.
25 psi plus, so probably 30.
Who knows?
Who knows? It pins the needle, so however far it wants to go around, we don't know. Anyway, that's enough about that. So it's gotten us to be able to do that. So we're obviously doing something right. Probably not very many things, but enough to make us be able to do that. So we're just going to do a little walkthrough, how to download the XDF and ADX files, or which come with the enhanced program that we'll be using, how to load them into Tuner Pro, and a little walk around Tuner Pro itself, all the tables and scalers.
Yeah, just the basic stuff. So fuel scalers, power enrichment, timing maps and things like that.
Multiplier. Yeah, just a few little things.
The very basics.
Yeah. Obviously, we probably touch a few more tables, but we don't know everything, and we're proud to admit that. So we're going to jump over to the laptop and show you the basics of how to get onto PCM hacking, how we'll go about downloading it if you want to download the files themselves. Obviously Tuner Pro is easy to download itself. Go onto the Tuner Pro website, there's a little downloads bar, into there, download the latest version of it, and
pretty much
run the program like usual, like any other Windows program. Oh, that's another thing, you have to run Windows with Tuner Pro, you can't run Apple, unfortunately, so we've got to do this on the old tuning laptop. So yeah, let's get into that part of it, and we're just gonna, who cares, we'll do this. There we go, PCM hacking, there it is, click. I got a touch screen laptop, so if you see the mouse not move but then things open, that's why. What we were doing, the one. So you go into the search bar, as you can see, the one, press enter, scroll down, there he is there.
The one on PCM hacking pretty much makes most of the ECU software modifications and stuff that most people use when they're still running the factory PCM.
He literally is the one, like his name states.
Mm-hmm.
So we went into, Jake was talking so I didn't get to you, I'll go back. So yeah, go down to the one's enhanced factory pins, click on that one, and then that's the enhanced mode general. Is that the one we want? No, we want this one down here.
Yes.
So whatever your car is, obviously he's got the listing for all of them. We'll just have a quick scroll through. So pretty much all of the Commodores there.
Right down to the dirty old 5 litre.
And obviously this is the one we use here. So we'll just download it, even though we've already got it.
Yeah.
So obviously it pops up. It's downloading there. And then we'll go down back to the desktop and okay, let's start that clip again. Let's start a new clip. So open Tuner Pro because you've already downloaded it, obviously.
Cool.
So obviously when you go into is it gonna work? Yeah, it's working. Sorry, technical difficulties. So when you open up Tuner Pro, it comes up with your little register thing. Just wait for the timer to time out. Click continue. And then what should we get into first? We'll do...
show them how to upload ADX and XDF files first so they can actually read the enhanced software.
Alright, so you can do that. So XDF, obviously go into that, select XDF file. It'll open up, and then wherever you've saved it into your computer, obviously you have to go into there. Ours is obviously saved straight into the documents, isn't it? Desktop.
The old one.
That's the old one. So ours would have went to...
It'll be in your downloads folder now with the new...
There you go. Nope.
Or not.
No, it's not. Jake is misleading us. Anyway, it's going to look like that no matter what, isn't it?
More or less, but it'll have enhanced written in it.
Oh, so that's the factory one.
Yeah.
Alright, there you go. Jake's the computer wizard. I'm just the good looks. I guess we'll try and find it then, eh? Where would it be? Local disk?
Yeah, program files 86.
Look at me go. Oop, no, don't look at me go. So here, somewhere in here, Tuner Pro. No, RT Tuner Pro. There we go.
That's the one.
There we go, so we found it, here it is here. I'm not sure about you guys, but I like to just move things to the desktop when it comes to stuff like this. Makes it a bit easier.
Technically, all you do there is have to open it and it'll go straight in.
But for future reference, if you want to create a little folder, just move all your little important things down into the screen desktop. Makes it a lot easier. So yeah, that's XDF file done, and then
Go to acquisition.
Yeah, acquisition. That's right.
Load definition file.
And that's not the one. Oh, we've got to do the
It's
same
old
old
one
thing
again. Yeah.
Go back to your local disk. Come on, computer, you can do it. Boom. Open her up. Boom. As you would have seen before, because that was the basic one, wasn't it? So you would have just, they were a bit closed down, but there's all your gauges and stuff like that come up.
And basically the difference is the XDF file is all your tunable data and everything you can change in the ECU, and your ADX is your dash. So everything you get to read and watch and learn from.
There you go. I didn't know that. Oh, you probably told me, but...
A couple times.
I don't listen. So yeah, you dash, like you just said, you got RPM, engine coolant, timing, IAC steps, so your idle stepper motor, how many steps it's doing per, I don't know, second, minute or something.
Yeah, I believe so, per minute, I think.
And then TPS, all your relative information that goes through your general PCM.
And if you want to get tricky, there's many more things that you can watch on your dash. But
yeah, so you go into edit gauges. We won't select any of them, but as you can see, you can do many different... No, I selected the wrong one, didn't I?
That's how you, I think, make your own gauges, I think.
Yeah, so go into values, and there are all your different things you can do. Battery voltage, vehicle speed sensor, injector pulse time. Lots of different stuff that you'll need, or if you need. We'll start with the top, I guess. So scalers, lots of confusing stuff. Obviously, if you're tuning to E85 and stuff like that, first thing you want to do before you start tuning, after you get your injectors dialed in, is choose your correct air-fuel ratio from the start. We learnt this one the hard way.
Yes.
So definitely do that before you start anything. Change your target air-fuel ratio. And what's this one? So if you change the target air fuel ratio, you also change which one?
The closed loop air fuel ratio and the stoichiometric air fuel ratio work hand in hand.
Exactly.
So if you change one, it changes the other automatically.
Yep. So we'll try and do just a quick one. So when you're going to dial in your injectors, it's going to be a matter of your base injector rate, injector off time, minimum pulse width, and
that's pretty much the main three.
Wasn't there one more? That might be it, but pretty sure when you dial your injectors in, when you get your data sheet, they're going to be the first ones.
And injector voltage offset, which we'll get to in the other section of playing with stuff.
Thought there was one more. So yeah, when you first thing you want to do is obviously dial your bigger injectors in if you've got bigger injectors. So they're the ones you're gonna need. That's your airflow meter scaling here. That's too technical for us. We leave that one alone.
Yeah, the one's pretty much got it scaled relatively well. As long as you get your injectors and your fuel settings right, it's works pretty okay.
Maximum spark advance, minimum spark advance, so you don't really need to touch them. We can get into detail on the other stuff later on, that's further down the track. Cooling fan, so if you want to change your cooling fan temps, low, enable, disable, high, enable, disable, stuff like that, they're good. They're good ones to when you first get into it, bring them down a bit. Because as you can see from a factory standpoint, nope, that's my other, oh, that's a sorry, see this up here, that's a modified bin with someone's name on it. A mate of ours, would be his tune we slightly modified for Matsuri. Gave his NA Ecotech a little bit of a tickle up. So yeah, you want to modify them, bring them down a bit, because from factory they're a bit up there. If you've got an auto, a lot of your tuning is here, and there's plenty more. That's about it for there. So we'll close that one off. Go into flags, so you've got your VATS, set equals off. So if you go in here, it's set, so VATS are turned off. VATS are automatically turned off with the enhanced software.
Yes.
Manual transmission, if you've just done a manual conversion, you want to tell the ECU, so obviously that's set. Turn that EGR off, you don't need that one, it's gross. If you're turbo, you will probably have that deleted anyway. If it's fitted with the jet drag, you want to enable him. You want to turn your knock sensors off if you feel like a real hero, if you're at that level of tuning, or if you're trying to diagnose a problem, it's another way to do it. That's about it for that. And then this is mostly where we spend the majority of our time. Injector multiplier, the deadly fuel cut, as Jake knows all too well about this little guy. That's what killed his last motor.
So at the top of the injector one there is the voltage offset, which is the other thing to change when you're dialing in bigger injectors.
Yeah. So yeah, that's this one here.
Yeah.
Voltage offset, injector voltage. So yeah, that's the fourth one to the other three we're talking about. So obviously when you get your data sheet, you'll have all these in there. That's factory, so wherever you go from there. Some more map scales. If you go on E85 and you've got really big injectors, you'll probably find the car hard to start. So you'll want to come into crank, stupid computer, your crank pulse width versus coolant temp. So obviously that's just, if it's hard to start when it's cold or warm, you can adjust that through here. It's very minimal adjustments through here, so you can lean on that a bit. While we're on that topic, we'll go into, where's the other one? Crank.
The other pulse width is actually in
the other scale.
In the first scale.
So yeah, there'll be another scale with crank pulse width without the coolant. You want to turn him down a fair bit for converting to E85 with 1300cc injectors. It's going to make a big difference when they try pulsing at 312, I think it is, from factory or something like that. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
320.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 320 or something. I think we're down to roughly 120 or something. 100? Around the 100,
Yeah,
150.
possibly even less.
Somewhere between there, maybe. This is probably going to drag on this video, but give you a bit of an idea. Spark load correction RPM, MGCs, milligrams a cylinder, isn't it, for this one?
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of little abbreviations that you'll get to learn after a while.
Half of them we still don't know.
And yeah, the other half we had to slowly teach ourselves and guess. Trial and error is how we did it. So just get in there, change one thing at a time, and go that way. Don't go making a heap of changes at once. Otherwise, you have to work backwards. It's easier to work forwards and backwards. Just like if you always want to be on the richer side, work your way back lean. Don't go out dual pull thinking that you can just add a bit more fuel. You'd rather pull a little bit more fuel. So timing tables. When you hear people talk about their timing, that's what stock timing looks like from factory. That's a low, isn't it?
It's the high octane.
Oh, that's a high octane
side.
Oh yeah, low's a lot lower than that.
Mm.
And we're not going to have a low octane because for this specific tune, we deleted it.
So basically, to take control of your timing, you have to make sure that the high octane and low octane spark maps are identical. Otherwise, if it sees a knock event, it will revert unless you want that safety feature.
Yeah. You can always get it when you start getting into it a bit more. Create the two different tables and just have one on a little bit of the safer side. That way, if you do see a knock event, it can pull the timing. The ECU from factory can pull, I think, about 15 degrees anyway. Yeah. So as long as you're not running some huge timing, it's going to be able to pull a majority of the timing out of it. We could be wrong. If someone's watching this video and we're wrong, let us know. Don't take our word for it. It's just what we experienced. But as you know, we've built a few cars by now and we have a fair idea, but we can always be wrong. We don't know everything, that's for sure. We're learning still every day, especially on this program. It's a bit of
it's a nightmare.
Yeah, it really is. I'm sure there's a lot easier programs out there to use, but unfortunately, if you want to tune your stock ECU on a Commodore, this is what you're stuck with.
This is the cheapest way to do it.
Desired idle, stuff like that. You can sort of work them ones out by their names. There's a few hard ones. And then we want to get into the fun one. No, never mind. That's not the fun one.
That's your enable points for power enrichment. So you can tell the ECU when you want power enrichment to come in, and then you can also decide how much power enrichment you want to come in at that point in the RPM or TPS range.
And then power enrichment, PE, anything that says PE is normally power enrichment. Command air fuel ratio multiplier versus RPM. So this is obviously like Jake was saying about the enablers. So if you set it at 3.2, unless you hit your enables, it won't, even if you go past 3.2, it still won't enable. All depends on what you've got enabling it, whether it's RPM, TPS, stuff like that. You can have one or the other or both, either way. And then obviously ours look a lot different than that. We're actually out of power enrichment. In previous videos we've said stuff like that, and now you'll get to see why. Because these go from one being the lowest you can go, and 2 being the highest you can go. So you've got one value that you can go up. And trust me, it's not as simple as just putting 1.5 in. 1.5 is a big leap.
It's a lot of fuel.
Yeah. So work your way, obviously make it richer, work your way back from there. You can always pull it out, but you can never put it back in if it's too late. Until next motor.
It's a lot easier to change the oil to get rid of the overfueling. It's a lot harder to change your motor to get rid of the broken one. Yeah.
And lean cruise and stuff like that, when you really start delving into it, you want to set them up so you're not using a dickload of fuel. You will use a dickload of fuel because rarely ever will you lean cruise. Like I said, a lot more transmission tuning in here. Don't ask us about that. That's way above our heads. We've tried it, didn't work, so we went back to stock. Holden got a majority of it right in the first place.
Yes, the main thing we have changed is the force motor pressures.
Yeah.
Which does help give it a little bit of a firmer shift, but it also helps to have a good box from the start.
Yeah.
There's only so much the line pressures can do for a sad box.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's about it for there. Obviously, if you want to run down on more specific things, let us know. But that's just a majority of what's going on. Is there anything else we're going to show them in here? That's a majority of Tuner Pro.
Pretty much.
Obviously, when you're going into it, like I said, make a change at a time. Go in, save as, save your bin. We can. You want to save that into a separate file. So, say you do one thing, you make a change, name that folder that change. That way, if anything goes wrong, you can always revert back to that older file, and don't make that change again. Maybe make it a little bit different. Save the file again in a different folder. That way you know, and you can keep on going from there. And eventually, you should perfect your tune. Hit us up. We're more than happy to help. We've got plenty of people inboxing us currently that we're helping along the way. Like I said, we don't know everything, but if we do know, we'll be more than happy to help you out. Best things first is a boost gauge and a wideband before you even think about touching anything like this, because unless you got plenty of motors laying around, then it's no point. And don't try and tune your NA car to run more timing.
We tried. You get half a degree
before
it starts to ping very loudly.
Yeah, so, and if you can hear ping, you're way above the threshold. As our tuner always says, who tunes other cars of ours, not the V6s, if you can hear it, it's too far. It's too far gone. Which is very, very true. One thing I did want to note is we'll go into the uploader.
Yeah, the OSE Enhance tool, which is what you actually use to connect to your ECU to pull tunes and load them, and to rewrite the entire ECU.
And obviously, because we don't have it open, it just closed the recording.
Yeah.
Prick.
Twice now.
Okay.
2 times.
Alright.
We don't know if we're going to actually be able to show them how to go in and open a tune and add it, because it won't let us, because there's no ECU connected to it.
But we can show them how to be safe about it. But we need to show them how to get the tool first, which is on PCM hacking, isn't it? Is it on the one?
Yes.
Or Antis? I need to get down here, guys. Fine,
Need to do you.
It's cheap. Should we do this? Alright. So, our screen recording stopped for the minute there, because... Wait, no, it stopped again. It's open.
It's laggy. Give it time.
No. Alright. So our screen recording stopped for a minute there because we got out of the program. We're heading back to PCM.
And it's gone again.
And it's stuffed again. Alright, so we're back on to PCM hacking. We want to search up the one again. Go for him, go on his profile, hit enter, go back down, click on him, go to his factory enhanced bins, go down to, back up the top, was it? Sorry.
Yeah, the PCM hacking
Guides. So PCM hacking guides, go in there. we go down. This is a majority where you find all your software if you can't find it. So look, there's even your Tuner Pro data logging, stuff like that. I don't think we use that. OSC plugin, lots of stuff. Oh, there's Tuner Pro as well.
Yeah.
So you can pretty much find everything on here.
And it's this one. On here. This
Yeah,
is
well, that's
the
the
real time friggin' plugin.
We don't have that one. So we want this one, OSC plugin.
No, that's the real time. You want OSC Flash Tool.
Okay. Can that, don't listen to me. So OSC Flash Tool, click on him, download him. It's probably trying to download, is it? Or are we into a thing? Oh, that's it there. Oh yeah, so there it is. There's your download, click on him, download him, run that program. Obviously once it...
Yeah, it's just that every time you close it, because I'll only record by there's something open.
So yeah, once that's downloaded anyway, you'll have it here, looking like this. It's not minimized. Go away. Record, do as you're told. Yeah. So you'll have it open, once you open it up, it will look like this. And you obviously, when you've got the computer plugged into your car, always make sure when you've got your ALDL cable, plug the USB end into the computer first. I normally, this is the way just I prefer to do it. Sure about Jake. Plug that in, have this file open, ignition on, then plug it into your car. Otherwise your car takes over the computer and starts moving the mouse around everywhere and you lose control of your computer. And you got to plug it in, unplug it and start all over again. So you want to go into options, go into preferences, go into your vehicle. You're going to flash the PCM in the vehicle obviously, so click on him. Your interface is through a USB ALDL cable. And this is the important one, guys. Flash PCM auto fix checksum. Always make sure that one's ticked. You can get away with it without it being ticked. Don't push your luck.
It is scary, and I have bricked ECUs before.
Yes. And then obviously you don't really have to enter this one. It comes up automatically. But through your COM port, whether it's COM port 17, COM port 3, we've had a few different ones.
It comes up with random numbers, but there'll only be one in there to select from anyway.
Yeah, normally it's already selected, so you don't need to worry about that. Click OK. Go back into it. You want to connect to the ECM. Obviously we'll click it, but it's not going to do anything because obviously nothing's connected. And then once it's done that, then you go right cal. It'll come up with where your folders are saved for your tunes. Select the tune that you want. And once you've selected it, don't go back in and click right cal like I do a lot of the time because I'm impatient. It's loading and then it will write the write the tune to the ECU. Just let it sit. Don't turn your ignition off. Don't press any buttons. Let it sit. Once it's done, the ignition will cycle. Fuel pump will turn on. Turn your ignition off. Cycle your ignition off. Back on again. Start the car. The car may not want to idle at first because it will start relearning all its values, idle, stuff like that. So you might have to help it to idle. Sometimes it will idle straight away. It all depends. It's up and down. And then away you go. Test your new tune.
And hopefully all things went well and you did a mad job.
And you're now hitting 20 psi boost, frying tyres everywhere like a mad dog that you are. So that's pretty much it for the Tuner Pro side of it, guys. We'll probably do some more during the week, or maybe some other ones. We've sort of showed you the basics. We might show you doing some stupid stuff to maybe the new. We might have you crack these ECU, change some timing or something, set like a real low rev limiter or something.
Yeah.
We'll do something stupid like that just so you can see.
Play with the fuel and put too much fuel in it, make it sound like it's underwater.
Yeah. And change timing, see if we can get some sort of ghost cam going on. Probably not. We did do it to Jake's once, but that was without trying.
There was enough of a ghost cam and enough fuel that we could ignite exhaust.
Yeah. That was before we started filming, so we never got any videos of no good videos of it anyway. So that's it for tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed that little walkthrough. Like we've said, we don't know everything. We know enough to get us by. Try and stick by the basics of what we've said and don't try anything out of your realm. Do your research. Contact us. Read up. See what you can do. Like contacting, go on PCM Hacking. There's a lot of helpful information on there.
A lot of smart people on that website.
Yeah, go on there, do your research before you try and jump into the deep end and just start tuning. Even us having a fair idea on how everything sort of works was still mind-boggling when we got into it. So don't be afraid. Everyone's got to start from somewhere, but have fun doing it. I enjoy it nowadays. It's good fun.
Yeah,
making little tweaks here and there. But yeah, it's good fun. That's it for us. Hope you enjoyed.
And yeah, just remember, guys, keep it straight.